guys, I am Chris Gaylor.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are watching with you guys Madoka Magica episode 12, the finale.
We're finally gonna see how the story ends.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, before watching that show, I just knew that Kyuujin was evil. Like bad omen.
Yeah.
I did not expect that it would have, I'm gonna be able to love this show because of the music and the design. It's just so great.
The story has been fucked up, but
Yeah.
really good too. I did not expect this also. I mean, I've never, before I'd never wanted to watch this show because I thought it was like a straight up shoujo. And I'm not, it's not I'm not a fan, but I don't usually watch shoujos. Like I thought it was a child's movie, you know, TV show and stuff,
Yeah.
but it was so much more than that. And I'm very excited to see how they wrap it up. I'm also a bit scared because as it seems that Madoka has made the choice to become a magical girl, which I mean we kind of guessed, but to see her do this hurts. Homura was dead set on trying to defeat the Walpurgis.
Walpurgis, yeah.
Alone. That did not work. She came prepared, but that thing is just too strong. And now she's stuck, she's bleeding, and Madoka she talked to her mom like slapped her and stuff. Like she's like, are you crazy? Like why would you go out there and stuff? But Madoka is more mature, she understands things, she knows everything now. So it's not even manipulation at this time. It's really just her knowing what she has to do to save her friend. And her mom ended up understanding that there's some stuff happening here she doesn't know. And she just needs to trust her daughter. So I just hope she doesn't die after this. But still.
Oh, I don't know.
So Madoka is right there. She's about to make that wish. And it's going to be the last fight. And we'll see how it ends.
I really wish for a happy ending, guys.
I don't know if we can have
Please.
one. But yeah. Let's jump in this finale and finish this show. Let's go.
Is this supposed for the movie, you get to think?
I don't know. Maybe. The movie is canon, right?
It's supposed to be.
What do you think her power changed into? Because like, I mean,
don't
the
know,
reality...
She got... Yeah, the reality where she went back in time to save Madoka does not exist right
So
now.
her wish must have been different.
Well, it is different because she got wings and a...
I know, yeah, but how did it change
and a bow and
though?
arrow.
Is it known? Like, I mean, if this is the movie, if the movie shows her later, probably, you know, it's linked to Madoka, like she remembers her somehow, and it really looks like her, you know, it's her bow and arrow and stuff, so I don't know how her wish changed.
I'm really happy that because of the fact that Madoka wished to be able to end all wishes to be born in the first place, and the past, present, and future, Mami is still alive because that wish was never there.
Exactly.
Kyoko
Kyoko's
is still
there.
alive because she took care of Sayaka. Sayaka is not there because she became a witch, unfortunately. So we save.
But I also love her explanation of how, you know, she could have saved her friend, but she chose, but like saving her friend would have annulled all the wishes, and she believed in those wishes. You know, she believed that, you know, what they wanted and what Sayaka wanted, what she was willing to, you know, she was willing to sacrifice herself for this. So the insult it would have been to annul those wishes, you know, so big. She chose instead, you know, let's make sure that you didn't die for nothing, you know, that you made your decision. And it might not bring you back, but at the very least, it's going to give you that chance at a future that you wanted. Oh, boy. When we watched this show, so many episodes were so sad, dark, and you know, emotional. And I was like, no way are we finishing this without at least one tear.
I do not consider this a good ending, but a happy ending.
It's a bittersweet ending.
So much bittersweet.
We kind of, you know, discussed what wish she could do, you know. We talked about possibly stopping the witches and stuff. Not quite in those words, and I did not expect it to look like that and to have that consequence. But to see it happen like this, I'm just so proud of her. It was really sad. The music was amazing in this episode. The music made me cry more than anything else. But Jesus.
You know,
It's the fact that she's gone too. You know, she knows this as well. It's like
I have a soft spot for stories with family members. So knowing that her mom just saw her daughter leaving, trying to save her friend,
yeah, but she
and
doesn't
she's
remember
gone.
that.
She doesn't remember. She has a vague, like the name sounds familiar to her.
And the baby brother that kind of remembers though.
Baby brother, baby sister.
I think it's a brother. I don't know.
Okay, but the baby remembers her, his sisters, which is
And
which all made me cry basically.
and to me, like, I mean, and Homura remembers, and the whole speech they had together about how, you know, it was okay and it was her decision, and the way she wanted to do things, and how as long as she remembers, you know, it's not over and there's always going to be hope and stuff. Like the whole scene between the two, how she called her best friend and how she remembered her sacrifice and what she did in the past and stuff and the future. That shit was so good and so sad. Ah, very, very good episode. Really good finale.
I really love the fact that, like you said, her wish kind of make it foolproof. Because we know that after she destroyed the Walpurgis and one,
It would have
and one
turned
hit
her into
a wish,
yeah.
but because of her wish,
It's
with
not
Kyubey,
happening.
It's not happening.
And like I said it with Sayaka, but the fact that she's not destroying the wishes, like she's not erasing the wishes of every magical girl by simply making it so it never happened, means that we're not going back to the cave era that Kyubey talked about. You know, it's those sacrifices made by those women back then were necessary. I mean, that's how Kyubey explained it, and it's respecting those decisions. You know, that it's what she did. You know, she respected those decisions and those sacrifices. They're still
She's
there.
just erasing the consequence of it.
No, she's just making sure that by
They're not dying without hope.
they're not dying without hope, and they're not yet becoming the very thing they wanted to eradicate. They're not turning into these desperate creatures, you know? And the way they're still dead, you know, that's the thing. Like, when we saw her go around and erasing those bad emotions from them, like, they still vanish, and I mean, that's another thing that made me pretty much cry. The way it happens, you know, how they realize that all the despair has been taken away from them and they smile before they die. Oh, it was beautiful. I did not expect this at all.
You're gonna make me cry again. Damn it.
Like I said, the music, the choice, the visuals in this scene, in this episode, and this whole fucking show was amazing. I mean, the whole universe changed, and I will admit, like, the ending with Homura, I'm like, I hope it's explored in the movie, or at least we can talk about this.
I really hope that it will, yeah.
Because, like, it confused me a little bit, because it kind of looked like she was turning into something. Like, I was like, what's up with your wings?
I mean, for a grief seed, you need to defeat a witch, right?
No, your soul gem just needs to be corrupted.
No, but you need to clean your soul gem with a grief seed.
Yeah, well, Kyubey said something about, and that's another thing, like, now that the world has changed, there are so many new rules, and they barely talked about it. So, like, the curses and stuff, like, they still exist, because bad emotions will always be a thing in the world, and with humans and stuff. So there are still creatures to defeat. So there's still a need for magical girls. And I mean, I guess it generates energy and stuff. But as far as we heard, you know, Kyubey, the way he talked about soul gems, they purify them, but when one cannot be purified anymore, it vanishes. So it's like the process exists still, like magical girls end up dying and generating the energy that they need, but instead of transforming into witches, they just vanish. Is that what happens now?
Yeah. So they still die at the end of it.
Yeah, I mean,
but just no more
it's still a sacrifice, because, I mean, the way Kyubey explained it, we cannot just stop it from happening, because otherwise the world will not evolve and there's not going to be enough energy.
Okay, so from what we saw, Omura was at the end of her soul gem corruption, and because her wings were corrupted, right? So she was at the end of her line.
Maybe. I mean, if we're wrong about, you know, how the new world works.
The more you use your power, the more your soul gem becomes corrupted.
it's not corrupted anymore.
Tinted.
It's
It's still tinted.
I mean, it deplenishes, I guess, but I mean, it's the new world that she created. What I understand is that no matter how it changes now, they don't generate energy from the despair of those girls, which is amazing. And I mean, it was a true tragedy, you know, because they do this in order to save people from witches, and the fact that their faith is that they end up becoming the very thing they fight is terrible. And we get to have this energy, this necessary energy from the grief and despair of those girls, which is really bad. And now, you know, I kept saying that, you know, they probably stopped at this solution because they don't care about human emotion, but there must have been another way. Well, it looks like Madoka found another way at her expense, because now I mean, she's still around. Like, she's with everyone. She's everywhere. She's in the future, the past, the present.
She's omnipresent.
She's with
she's
everyone.
a god,
Exactly. So
basically.
she's not technically alone, but at the same time, I mean, the people that used to care about her, they don't know her anymore. But I don't know. It's a bittersweet ending, but it's such a beautiful. I feel it's a beautiful way to end this show. You know, we needed a sacrifice. We needed, like, there was no happy ending where everything went back to normal and we move on, you know, not with the stakes and what was necessary with the energy. So finishing it like this, having her make a selfless decision, knowing what was going to happen, like, it's no trick, it's no manipulation, it's purely her stepping up, becoming the girl that she didn't know she could become, you know, because she didn't think a girl like her could do something like that. And it's also helping Homura because she was alone. Like, that's another thing. She was suffering alone, trying to save Madoka, and now Madoka understands what she's been through, so she found her friend again. So if she couldn't save her completely, at least she found her again. So there's a little sweetness in that too.
And technically, she's not alone anymore.
Yeah, she's there with her.
She's there with her, but she also got Mami back.
And apparently she's got a
Kyuujin
Kyuujin
back.
that she can actually team up with.
Yeah, he changed too.
I mean, if there are no witches, he's not, you know, his way of doing things is different too. She changed everything. And we're not talking about just her, we're talking about everywhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I never thought this show was going to do this. I never thought this show was going to be this good.
This is a good bittersweet ending.
It's a
guys.
very good show, actually. I mean,
I really want to know what the movie's about, see what they would come up with.
we rarely have time to watch movies. Like, there are other animes we watched before that have movies, and we never got around to watch them. But I do kind of want to do a month where we're gonna react to all those movies from all of the anime. Well, I mean, there are not that many, but watch the movies that are canon, or just the movies that are part of the universes we've explored before. Madoka being one of them, and we might do that.
I want to know about you. What did you prefer the most about that show? I think for me was the graphic design for the behind the veil with the witches. And even,
visually was
and
amazing.
even more so when we learned that all of those images were what represent the magical girl before her death. I think that just those parts were the little something that would that made the show really great for me.
For such a short show, yeah, the visuals were amazing. Usually I go for the characters, and for such it's saying a lot for a show that has like 11 episodes, 12 episodes.
12 episodes.
It's saying a lot that the characters managed to resonate with us this much that quickly too, because like
we did say it before too that for a show to be able to make us
scare.
love a character so fast, so quick, so fast, it's just great.
Yeah. I mean, I love that, you know, they didn't try to you know, address too much stuff at the same time. The story was, I mean, it's complex, but at the same time, it's very straightforward. So they didn't lose themselves in their story, which is important when you do a show with so little episode. I mean, Madoka's character was beautifully built with, you know, the doubt and the understanding that that's what she needed to, you know, take a stand in the end. Homura is still my favorite character. And I really love how her character was built and how, you know, the secrecy kept building in the beginning, and then the episode where everything was revealed, and that ending was just beautiful.
I love how they showed us the descent into pain and despair with Sayaka.
Yeah.
how everything when it started with Mummy.
Well, we needed
and
to
our
understand.
crush
Yeah.
and our friends, and she became alone after she understood that she was just a living corpse, basically.
In order to truly connect with the ending and what it means to save those magical girls, we really needed to go through the process of having one turn into a witch. So Sayaka was a necessary evil, unfortunately. But, I mean, we saw her soul talk to Madoka at the end. It looks like she's happy with her decision and she got to have what she truly wanted. It's just really sad for the families, but... yeah, it's a bittersweet ending done right. I mean, we can't always have a happy ending.
I'm okay with a bittersweet or a really sad ending.
Yeah.
When it's
made me
done
cry.
well.
It made me cry. And the music was just amazing. Okay, we're gonna stop this here. We want to watch the movie and we will try. Like I said, I want to do a month where we watched all the movies from all the TV shows we were supposed to, watch before. And Madoka is one of them. But I'm not going to give a timetable. Eventually it might come because movies take so long to edit and stuff. So, I mean, I think it's canon. I think you guys said it was canon.
I think I heard that it was canon, yeah.
Yeah. If we got it wrong with the new rules of the world, like if you want to explain it a little more, or if it's explained in the movie, we'll check it out or write it in the comments and stuff. But as far as the story of Madoka Magica, the series and stuff, I cried. It was beautiful, and I'm really happy we got to watch it. Because, I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, we would not have watched it ever. So, thank you for recommending this show to us, and thank you for voting for it on Patreon. And
thank you guys for watching it with us.
Thank
it was really interesting.
Yeah, and when we did the poll for Madoka Magica, there was another show that kind of had just as many votes as Madoka Magica.
So we're gonna watch it.
We're gonna watch this one next. It's Kaguya-sama?
Kaguya-sama,
Love is War? Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was also recommended to us a lot. So hopefully you guys will be with us for this. And if not, I mean, we'll see you in another reaction.
All right. So bye, guys.
Bye.